Good morning! So, it's a bright and sunny day. I'm walking across my community here in Wuxi, China, where I live, about to get the taxi to Wuxi Station to start my trip to Hangzhou. Let's see what happens. At the station now. I've arrived here at Hangzhou East Station. Absolutely massive. One of the biggest stations I've been to in China. A little bit away from the station now. I guess because we're a bit out of town, it's relatively quiet, especially with pedestrians here. It's actually the public holiday though, so 5 days ago was the Chinese National Day holiday, and today actually is the Mid-Autumn Festival, which is the biggest festival in China, apart from the Chinese New Year. So I guess in the city centre, especially tonight, it will be very, very busy. But anyway, let's go forward, see what we find. Found a small river that I'm walking alongside here, and also some beautiful looking architecture over at the other side of the road. So now I've also found a long straight main road that goes from where I am now. It looks like through the centre or close to the centre of the city, and then ends up at a big park with a lake, which is one of the main sites in Hangzhou. So I guess I'll head there, head along that road and see what happens. Found a bayberry tree. Therapeutic to look at flowers by the road. Found a peaceful retreat by the main road. Now crossing what seems to be a small tributary of the Zhejiang River, a river which goes through Hangzhou. Found a bit of a commercial area here now, and much more local actually than a big Western style shopping centre. As we seem to have found some woodland to the side of the main road now. Bikes to hire here, and the Chinese national flag up in many locations for the National Day and the National Day vacation. So now Hangzhou is the capital city of Zhejiang province, over to the southwest of Shanghai, so in the east of China, and it's a big city home to some big Chinese companies, Alibaba for example. And now the big park with the lake I'm going to, it's one of the biggest, most famous parks in Hangzhou, and the lake is called West Lake. Deeper in the city centre now, with bigger buildings, shopping centres and brands all around. A lot of the stalls here seem closed, possibly for the vacation, but majestic works of art behind us here. And a similar, very fancy exterior of this Starbucks. Long sticks of bamboo. Yes, very busy here, but we'll keep going. And we've made it at the park now. Come away from the main path, so it's a bit quieter here. So now there's a Chinese phrase, Renshan Renhai, which translates to English as people mountain, people sea. It basically describes somewhere that's very crowded, a very popular tourist type place, so I just remembered that now. So now the lake is up in the north part of the park. That's where I entered, so I've gone down south around the lake, but then the park itself extends a lot further to the south, so I'm going to head down there because it goes down to join the big river, the Zhejiang River. So I'll do that, but then soon I'll have to go to check into my hotel as well. It's about 4:30 now. Very cool work of art here. left the park and gone onto the road a bit now. There's actually some nice houses, apartments around here, but yeah, still heading up in the direction of the river. It's getting a bit cooler now going into the evening, but honestly, this late summer going into autumn has been so hot. Around this part of China, the summer's always very hot and humid, but normally by now it's got a lot more mild. I actually remember 3 years ago, my first year living in this area, the first 2 days of this vacation at the beginning of October, yeah, were relatively hot, and then suddenly the temperature dropped and it was almost like the winter vacation. But no, this year seems no chance of that happening anytime soon. And we are here. A few detours, but we've made it to the river. Very wide. You can see the majestic bridge behind me here, and up in the sky, the full moon. So now again, today is Mid-Autumn Festival in China, which falls on the 15th day of the 8th lunar month and marks a bright full moon. And now at my hotel. I found a small hotel close to the East Station, which is where I got off the train this morning. So I've come back here and checked in, but straight back out again for another walk and some food. Had my dinner, now a late night walk back to the hotel. Good morning! We're now on day 2, and the sky's looking a bit more grey actually today, but at least that means it seems to be a lot cooler. So the plan is to get a taxi over to a mountain, North Peak, in the park where the lake was yesterday, the park where West Lake was. So that's what I'll do, and I'll see you when I get there. Walking along quite a cute little street here, and you can see the mountains, the peaks from the park in the distance. It's like a village in the middle of nature. And onwards we go. It begins. Nice long steps here as we go up into the forest. So we're going down a little bit now. I wonder if these light up at night. And up again. I guess they light up. It could be fun to do at night. A different style of steps now, going up quickly. On the same staircase, it really does go up and up. And yes, it is a little hot now. Look, that's been a very fast rise. Another change of steps up ahead. And that's it. North Peak. We've made it. It's a bit of a misty day, but I really do appreciate the diversity, the beauty of the view. So much nature. Some very natural looking houses here. Blend in very well with the environment. And the city, part of the city, all over here. Very interesting buildings here. It looks like they have a garden or area of grass on the top. Wow, it goes on. No. So actually it looks like where I just was with that big viewpoint, that was almost the top, but not quite there. So I'm just doing the final stretch now, and it looks like there's a big sort of base up there. That's where a cable car goes to. There might be a cafe, coffee shop. So yeah, onwards. Just come to an intersection of paths here behind me, so it's got a lot busier. But this sign here confirms onwards. We are almost at the peak. I can hear some sort of a gong. We must be getting close. Yes, I can see the top of the cable car over there. Here we are at the top. A temple here. Ah yes, and the gong-like sound I heard was this big bell here. Ah yes, and then here is the top of the cable car. Ah yes, and they do have a coffee shop. I am heading down another way, back into the forest. Much busier the route back, but more tranquil scenery amongst it. Wow. Back down to the road here now, but I'm still within the park. I say park, the whole area is called Westlake Scenic Area. It's where Westlake is, where I was yesterday. But again, like I said, that the lake is only one part of it. The whole area extends much, much further. The mountain I was at today, North Peak, is sort of to the west of the lake within the park. But again, the park is still so much bigger. Temples, lots of places to explore, so I definitely recommend it. And we got the subway to our next destination here now. We've come to Hefeng Street now, which is an older part of Hangzhou. Another cool creation at the entrance to this hotel. Wow, Noisy Teddy it's called, and a very cool exterior outside to this shop. X Sneaker. Lots of restaurants. This little waterway here by the side of the road. Trees on both sides, and it's completely pedestrianised. A very, very good feel. Calm, peaceful. Lots of market stalls as well now. More people now. And it's Hefeng Street. We have arrived. Let's follow this road down. Oh, we can go up. Lant Cafe. Just gone through the barriers, getting the subway again. We've just arrived at Wulin Square, so now going in contrast to a newer area of the city. Yes, Wulin Square. This is actually where we passed through yesterday, if you recognise it, but now we'll spend a bit more time here in the area. Lots of luxury brands and goods here. And more up here. Many big office buildings. Bank of Hangzhou. A very clean underpass here. A huge China mobile store. Some cool crafted models here. Some big grand buildings. And into a big shopping plaza. a Xiaomi store there. Wow, a lot of floors. GDA Plaza, Hun House, Culture. Toys R Us. Yes, 2025. It's here in China. The upper terrace now of this, well, I guess mini art gallery. Almost at the top. A welcoming entrance here. And back down. A piano shop. Ah, we are at the Hangzhou Theatre. Nighttime views. And now heading back to the station. Remember yesterday afternoon, these market stalls were all closed. Very full of life here now. Back at the metro station now, ready to head back to Hangzhou East Station to get my train home. Yes, I think I said subway earlier. Well, in Chinese it's DTA, but normally in the name in Hangzhou and in other cities it's actually translated as metro, so it's the Hangzhou Metro. But yeah, almost time to say goodbye to Hangzhou. At the station, Hangzhou East, and obviously the departures hall today. As you can see, so ginormous. Definitely one of the biggest stations I've seen in any city here in China. But anyway, almost time for my train. My train is from here, platform 18. The departures hall keeps going though. Now at Zhejiang South Station. Zhejiang is another city in the north of Zhejiang province, the same province as Hangzhou. I have a transfer here, but yes, this is the final leg, almost home. And we are safely back in Wuxi. 2 days and 1 night in Hangzhou. So now, before I went, several of my friends had said it's a great city to visit, and I'm really happy I did. We had a nice long walk across the city yesterday. We saw some of the old town and some of the new town. We saw parts of the West Lake scenic area, including the lake itself, and hiking up the mountain, North Peak today. Everyone I met, people at the hotel, people in shops, people in the restaurant, were really welcoming and friendly. I had a delicious tomato hot pot last night, and of course it was the Mid-Autumn Festival, so it was beautiful to experience culture as everyone was celebrating, and saw the full moon last night. So great trip, I would thoroughly recommend Hangzhou. Until next time, take care, and I will see you soon. Bye bye!